Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, and this is Flosstube number 22. Today is Saturday, October the 1st, 2022. My birthday month. My birthday is going to be at the end of the month. So happy early birthday to me. Anyway, so yeah. I would like to welcome you to my channel. If you have never been here before, this is a channel where I talk about cross stitching. I do everything from very small projects that would normally take some people just like a few days to finish, but I take forever because I stitch on all the things. I do everything from small things to ginormous things that will take me like a million years to finish. And I typically will change my whip out every single day. So I can't really, it's hard for me to dedicate oh, let me just work on this until I'm done. I am not a monogamous stitcher whatsoever. I like to play the field and work all the pieces. So anyway, I don't really get a lot of finishes. I'm hoping, I've said this before, but I'm hoping to change that in the future. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. And if you are returning to my channel, I would like to welcome you back. Thanks for coming back to see what kind of madness I've been working on. And so if most of my subscribers know I live in Florida. I'm over near Tampa, and Florida just got hit by Hurricane Ian this week. And so I just want to let everybody know that that I'm okay, my kids are okay, all my family that's down here. The storm was supposed to ride up the West Coast and hit the Big Bend area, which is the part, Florida's like this. It's like an appendix hanging off the US, and this part where it curves, this is the panhandle. The curve right here is called, they call it the Big Bend area. It was supposed to hit there, right up the West Coast, right along the shore, and hit there. So we were all prepping because storm surges, the storm turns this way, so it was going to be pushing water in on the south side. So we were all prepping because I tell you right now, Tampa Bay area is not prepped for a big storm surge. It is not whatsoever. So people were evacuating. One of my coworkers had to evacuate. She was in flood zone A. So she had to evacuate on Tuesday. The rest of us were actually far enough inland that we did not have to necessarily, flooding was possible, but it wasn't storm surge flooding. We were far enough inland that if a storm surge did occur, we were far enough back that we didn't have to worry about that part. It was just more of rivers and stuff like that we had to worry about. So most of us chose to stay put. I was one of them. I was prepared. I had tons of food that did not have to be cooked. I had snacks. I had beverages. I took some bottles of water from work for my cats just in case. Because I didn't have a lot of bottled water, but I had tea and stuff like that were in bottles. But the water was gone. We were kind of all posting on Facebook, all you jokers that, live on energy drinks and coffee for, 3 a day and never drink water. Now you guys are buying out all the water. I just wanted to get some for the kids. But anyway, we were prepped. We were ready to go. And Tuesday afternoon, it started turning. Charlie in 2004 did the same thing. It was supposed to hit Tampa. It turned last minute, hit Port Charlotte, and went across. I was in Central Florida at the time, and so we got hit by Charlie really bad because he was really fast. Ian turned at the last minute, just like Charlie did, hit Fort Myers, demolished the area. If you guys see pictures, it's bad. It's really bad down there. But we didn't get hit very bad. It was a really big storm, and it was so slow. It took an entire day to go across Florida, an entire day. And then the east coast of Florida, I have some friends over there, and they were still saying hours after the storm left, that they were still getting pummeled with wind and rain because it goes like this. So it's like even when it leaves the coast of Florida, you're still getting the outskirts of the storm until it finally goes away. And then it turned again and hit South Carolina. But we were very lucky because we were on the north side of the storm. So as it's turning this way, like we're up here, we got some wind and some rain, but because of the direction it was turning, we weren't getting the water. It was pulling water out of the bay. It's the weirdest thing. It was like pulling the water out of the bay, out of Tampa Bay, but we weren't getting the storm surges and stuff because of the way that the storm was turning and where we were. So we got some wind, some rain. It wasn't anything. It was like a storm, a typical summer storm. And I was lucky and I didn't lose any power or anything. So very thankful for that, because it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. So anyhow, long story to tell you that I'm okay. And my family's okay. We all made it through. So yeah. Would have been much different had we gotten a direct hit. Would have been much different. Like I probably still would have been okay, but I probably would not be filming today. Anyway, okay, so moving on. I was in an event on Facebook called Start It All September, where I did a new start every day the month of September. And at first I was super excited and I'm like, yeah, new start every day, because you guys know how I love my new starts. By the end, I was like, oh God, I gotta start another project. Like I really just wanted to pull one of my old projects out. I was not feeling it at the end. Like yesterday, I was really tempted to just say screw it and just pull out a whip, but I stuck it out. I did stick it out, but I did have some fake plans regarding Start It All September, because I changed up a couple things I started. So for those of you who watched my last episode, Flosstube, whatever, my last video, I said I was going to be starting some things. Some of the things I didn't start, and then I pulled out a couple things that you're going to be like, what? You didn't say you were going to start that. Well, got to keep you guys on your toes. So, anywho, let's get started with these new starts. I'm going to talk about the new starts I did, and then my fake plans for the month of October. All right, so, I also adulted, and I bought some ink from a printer. So I was able to print some mock-ups of the gnomes I was stitching. So, and then I have something else I want to show you guys once I get through my new starts. So yeah, I have a pattern that I can give you guys. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. All right, so the first thing, no particular order, the first thing I want to show you is this is Autumn Gnomes. This is from Maya Stitch. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. Isn't that cute? I did start all of my gnome patterns. And, oh yeah, and then I got this idea from the Virginia Stitcher. I made like a little stitching tracker. So I can write down, so I have on here, it's like that. I haven't done it for all of them yet, but I printed a few of these off, and I'm trying it out. So I have the name of the whip, the designer, what it's stitched on, food stain up in the corner, the total number of stitches, my start date, the size. I haven't completely filled this out. And then I have down here what day I worked on it, the number of stitches, my running total, and then if I can put it on Pattern Keeper, what my percentage is complete. So I started this on the 23rd. I'm stitching this on an 18 count fiddler's cloth. I kind of was doing this so that I could tell you guys what kind of fabric my stuff is stitched on, because I'm terrible about that. I ended up getting 1,000 stitches in on it. Oh, nope, I lied. 500 stitches. I got that far. I did a center start on it, and I got, I think, just about all of the middle gnome's hat complete. I think there's a few stitches here. Yeah, almost all of that middle gnome's hat done. So that one's pretty cute. I like that one. Okay, so there is that one there. And then the next one I did was the gingerbread gnome. Also, oh, okay, so this is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is part of the collection of gnome pieces that I purchased. Okay, so I finally figured out what was going on. This, along with a few others, was part of a collection of gnomes that I had purchased. The original store I purchased them from on Etsy was artco.us. Artco US, not dot. Artco US. And I had said a few videos ago that I went to go show my mom the patterns on the shop so I could show her the other gnomes they had. And I noticed that some of the ones that I had purchased were taken down, and I'm like, what in the world? So I'd done a search for the peacock gnome that I started a few videos ago. And I realized that it was on this other website called Cute Broidery. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I thought maybe I had, yeah, Cute Broidery. And I thought maybe I had purchased stolen patterns. I was like, oh my God. So past couple videos, I said I wasn't going to link any shops for these pieces because I didn't know what the deal was. So when I was doing more research on it, I found that the designer for Artco US was the same designer for Cute Broidery. So I messaged her on the Cute Broidery shop, and I told her, I said, I purchased some patterns from Artco US, and then I saw they were taken down, and I see they're up at your shop, and I'm just wondering what the deal is. Did they take them from you? Because I also noticed that you're part of that shop as well. And she said that she was part of that team, and she decided to open up a shop on her own, and that's why I guess some of the stuff had been taken down, because it was like all her own designs, and so she was transferring them over to her own shop. So I told her, I said, okay, well, that's great news because her gnomes are super cute. So I told her I told her that I had a Flosstube channel, and then I was going to link her shop down below on my next video, which is today. And she got super excited, and she said that she was going to give me a pattern for free, and that I could also give you guys the pattern as well. So I'll go over that more in a minute. So I purchased this from one shop, but I'm going to link the actual shop. I'll link the actual shop. So it's Cute Broidery on Etsy. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I am doing this also on an 18 count fiddler's cloth Aida. I got 1,000 stitches in on this little guy. And that's where I'm at with him. Isn't he cute? Super adorbs. So there's that. And then the next thing I worked on is, what is this called on here? Is there a name? I think the name might be on the, it's, okay, so looks like it's Elegant Witch, sorry. This is from Maya Stitch on Etsy. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. Nice, cute little Halloween piece. I am stitching this on one of those rolls of the Charles Craft Aida that I picked up at the craft store. Joann's has been selling colored Aida, just like, you know, standard rolls of like 14 count. And so So I've been picking up some rolls of that because it's nice to have for these little projects like this. And I started in the middle because it's a paper pattern, and that's where I'm at with it. I think I got over 1,000 stitches. I don't remember how many I got. So, but that is the middle pumpkin right there. So yeah, it's actually stitching up pretty close to what the mock-up is. I can't see. Look at that. Yeah. So, but this is like a gray / fake milk chocolate. I don't really know. It doesn't have colors listed. I think if you go on like 123 Stitch, they sell this stuff too, and it does actually have a color, but it doesn't really say it on the package. So, where's my tablet? 1 second. All right. Some of these I was able to upload into Pattern Keeper, so that's why I'm busting out my tablet. So this is not going to show the back stitching on this, but this next piece is again from Maya Stitch. This is Grinch Gnome and Company. There is going to be back stitching on here, so, but you know, Pattern Keeper doesn't do back stitching, so it's not going to have the details, but it is pretty detailed when you look. I didn't print the mock-up of it, so I need to do that one. Here we go. I was trying to figure out which direction it went. So I started in the middle. I don't remember how, oh wait, I can look on here how many stitches I did. 500 on this one as well. I'm just doing this on a 28 count white Monaco, 2 over 2. Yeah, 2 over 2. So that's what it looks like so far. That's the middle gnome, the little reindeer one. So far, all of these have been really easy to stitch up. I like them a lot. All right, so this next piece I'm going to show you is from the Cross Stitch Studio. This is the piece that I had started when I did my parking tutorial. That's my most recent video. I posted that like a day after my last Flosstube. I got some really good feedback on it, so thank you guys. I wanted to start parking from the very beginning, and I explained why in that video, so I'm not going to get into it on here. But if you guys want to understand parking, if you don't understand it, then go ahead and check it out. Yeah, so this is called Trucks and Goldens. It's a snippet from the Cross Stitch Studio. This is a snippet of a much larger piece. This is 175 by 175, and it's got 88 colors. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm just stitching this on like a 14 count Aida. I got to find the part I'm actually working on because I was having some technical difficulties and operator error when it came to filming this. So I did 4 takes, and because I was trying to do it from the beginning, I had to start this joker 4 times, 1 in each corner. So I had to find the corner that I was actually, because I did the tutorial and then I went ahead and worked on it. So I was trying to find the part that I actually worked on. Okay. So this is where I'm at with it so far. So this part here I did during the parking tutorial, and then I continued on and I worked this way. So what I did was I'm trying this out again with my parking because I really do like parking, but I was trying to find a good way to park without getting those lines. So But this is a 14 count Aida, so I'm not really sure if it's going, and I'm doing full cross, so I'm not really I'm not sure if it's going to change much if I do it on other pieces with tent, but I'm doing a 10 by 10 block and parking to the side instead of parking down. Like these are parked down because the colors were here and not over here. But for the most part, I'm parking off to the side to try to prevent column lines. I've tried a few different parking methods, a lot of different parking methods, and even with the ones that say that they're not going to have lines, I've noticed lines. So I'm trying it this way, and I'm going to see, as I'm not going to know for a while until I get further along, but I'm going to see if I start getting lines with this too. And if I do, then I'm just going to say screw the parking, and I'm just going to go with cross country. So there's that one there. And then the next piece, or another piece I should say, that I worked on is this compass. It's called something else. What's it called? It says it on the legend. It says it in Ukrainian on the legend. I don't know what it's called. It has a name, but it's from Maya Stitch, and she is a Ukrainian designer, and so everything is in Ukrainian. I have no idea what this is called. So anyway, I'm calling it compass. Oh, so there's a quote on here. It says, "I will be the ocean and you will be the sea." That's what it's going to look like when it's done. No, that's not what it says. It's, I don't know how to read. It says, "I will be the ocean and you will be the stars." God bless. So I'm stitching this on another roll of that 14 count fabric from DMC Charles Craft. And this is where I'm at on it. I was trying to show you the fabric too, and that's not really working out to my favor. So let me just do it this way. Get you a close-up of it. And then I don't think the lighting in here is very good. I never really have very good lighting here, but as you can see, it's kind of multicolored. Maybe if I go back a little bit, you guys see that? You can kind of see it. It's like greens and blues. Yeah, kind of green and blue effect on there. So I think it'll look really good with this once it's all done. All right, moving on. I don't have the mock-up of this one either. So this is another one from Artco US /Cute Embroidery. Again, the back stitching is not included on this, but this is the Spa Gnome. I gotta print these photos out so you can really see what it's gonna look like, because they're really cute. Again, stitching this on the 14 count tube of fabric. I think this is where I'm at with it. I got 700 stitches on this. Kind of weirding me out with the cucumber eyes on there already. They kind of look like pickles. So, but that's where I'm at with that. And this is like a pinky purpley kind of fabric. Is this opal? No, just pink and purple. Isn't that cute? So there's where I'm at on that one. And then this one is from Stitching Jewels. This is, let me see. This is Gothic House. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. It is a monochrome piece. And it is, let me tell you let me get down here to the bottom of this so I can tell you what it is 330 330 by 330. I didn't, maybe this is it. Is this it? No. I got to go back on 1, 2, 3 stitch. I know this is Stormy Night. I don't remember who did the fabric. I think it might be an 18 count. I gotta double check on that. But this is Stormy Night, so it's like kind of a, it's a printed fabric because it's plain on the, so that's what the fabric looks like. And then let me kind of fold this up a little bit so you can see where I'm at with this. I got in 1,250 stitches on this piece. That's where I'm at on it. I started in the middle. You can see windows and stuff coming in, and there's the top of a tree. So it's pretty cool. I am stitching this 1 over 1. Oh, I think it's a 25 count. I think it might be a 25 count because I'm doing 1 over 1. I started doing two threads and I was like, no, this is too much, too bulky. So I'm doing 1 over 1. So there's that. And then another piece I worked on is from Stitch Rovia. It's called Awesome Myth. It's of a narwhal. It says, be so awesome, people think you're a myth. And this is 101 by 140. I am stitching this on an 18 count white opalescent Aida. And I got in 800 stitches on this. And that's where I'm at with that. There's going to be some back stitching on this. So I have the paper pattern off to the side, so I have the back stitching part on here. But yeah. And then I have another Stitching Jewels piece. This is all right, so this is from Stitching Jewels. It's called Library. And it's funny because I bought this piece and I was showing all my little stitchy friends on the Facebook, and 2 of them went ahead and got it so that they could do it too. At least 2. I think maybe a couple more. This is 470 by 250. I have my paper. I am stitching this on a 25 count Lugana. The color is Illusion Blue. I didn't say who the maker of the fabric was though. I got to put that on there. And it's a total stitch count of 46,005 stitches. I got 1,000 stitches in on it, and I am 2.17% complete. My friend Becky Crafts, who is also here on Flosstube, she started in the, I think it's the upper left-hand corner, so she's got a lot of books done. I started in the middle, so I've got the archway. I got one of the archways almost completely done. So it's kind of fun seeing her piece and my piece as we're both stitching on this, because we're getting different views of the piece as it's getting done. So it's kind of neat. So yeah, 25 count Lugana in the color Illusion Blue. And I'm just using my Cone of Doom for these pieces. I do still have some 310 that's on bobbins from when I was buying them in skeins, but these bigger monochrome pieces, I'm using my cone so that I don't run into a problem of mixed up dye lots or whatever. All right, the next piece I worked on it's a kit from Design Works. And this, it's one of my little alphabet sampler things. Baby ABC. So every letter of the alphabet. I don't have anybody in mind I'm stitching this for. I was just gonna do the piece and then just leave the name and the vital statistics. I was gonna leave that blank for now. And I'm just using whatever came in the kit. I think I got like, I don't know, almost 1,000 stitches. I'm going to say between 500 and 1,000, but I think it was about 1,000, maybe a little bit more. So this is the middle part of it. This is the baby blanket, and then the blue is the carriage of that center block. And let me tell you, so I went ahead, I saw a tutorial on using the Good Notes app to track your stitching I saw the tutorial from Stacy, 911 Stitcher. And I was like, wow, because, you know, paper patterns, I usually will just like look off the paper or make a copy of it, highlight it and everything. And she just was going on and on about how great Good Notes was. And I've heard about it from other people as well. But she did a little tutorial on how to upload the picture and how to mark it off and everything. I was like, well, that's actually really easy. And it's like a one-time fee of like $7, and which is about the same amount that you pay for Pattern Keeper. But she uses that for like her paper patterns and stuff. And so I tried it out and I was like, wow, this is actually really, really easy. So my paper patterns, I've been using my phone, taking a photo and in Good Notes and marking it off that way. And let me tell you, this right here, this is why I'm gonna hold it up again, because you know what? Even if you paused it and zoomed in, you ain't gonna be able to see that. I'm in person and I can barely see that. This pattern is ridiculous. This should be more than one page. I have some dimensions kits that are really tiny that are on multiple pages. At this, they put the entire thing on one page and it is uber tiny. Nobody can see that. That's just nuts. So anyway, I'm glad I have the Good Notes app. Totally worth it in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna set this over here because this isn't a very, I gotta put it in my designer bag. So anyway, I don't remember how many stitches I got on that. It was like almost 1,000, maybe about 1,000. This piece I worked on, this was I'm gonna do that last. That's my final piece I worked on last night. This next piece I did, okay, so let me do this. All right, so another piece I worked on, I will have multiple versions of this on the go. This is the 2020 Stitch Along from Cunning Cross Stitch. Letters from Hogwarts, Stitch Your Own Adventure. I can't show you a mock-up of it because it's a Stitch Your Own Adventure, so every piece will look different. I'm gonna have 3 total. I'm gonna have one for myself and then one for each of my kids. So I already have a very pathetic start on the one for myself, and then I started this the other day for one of my kids. I don't know which one, because right now it doesn't matter because it's all the same. It's the outline of the parchment pieces. Oh, do I have a mock-up of that part? So basically, if you guys don't know, Stuart Cunningham over at Cunning Cross Stitch decided to do a Stitch Your Own Adventure, and the theme was Harry Potter. And so basically he gave us the outline, and even in the outline it was kind of a Stitch Your Own Adventure thing. I'm just looking real quick to see if I have, here it is. So even in the outline, there was some kind of choose your own adventure kind of thing, because you had the wand up here, and then this is the 6 pieces apart. These are the 6 chapters, and each chapter had a different thing. So this one here is going to be your house flag. So yeah, I was originally a Ravenclaw, but then when I joined the Harry Potter cross stitch group, they put me in Slytherin. So I'm debating if I should do the Ravenclaw flag, because I did that Harry Potter like quiz to see what house I would be in. And I was in Ravenclaw. My 2 kids were in Hufflepuff. But my older son really wanted to be in Gryffindor, and my younger son wanted to be in Slytherin. Go figure. So anyway, that's what the introduction looks like. But there's a wand that you have to like roll dice for to figure out what kind of wand you get and everything. And then the chapter 1 is your house flag. So this is just like a 16 count, one of them really big rolls of 16 count ivory Aida. So I started working on the parchment outlines. It's actually turning out really nice. I'm digging it a lot. I have to go on the Facebook and see how many stitches I got. It was a good amount. Because I was off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the hurricane. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was like a stitching fool. So yeah. So there's that. So I still have to start this one more time for my other kid. But I didn't want to do that twice in a month. So I think I might save that for like maybe November. Okay. So let me go ahead and show. This is the last piece I worked on like last night. This is a kit. This is one I did not talk about. I said I wanted to stitch it, I think, during my whip parade, but I didn't pull it out again. And I was like kind of grasping at straws with what I wanted to do. There's a few pieces I have not started started all September because one of them was a piece from the Cross Stitch Studio, the holiday Merry Christmas, Happy New Year chalkboard looking thing. Because I messed up with my other new starts and I started one of my bigger pieces on the wrong fabric. I accidentally used the fabric for the holiday one. So the fabric I have, that will not fit on it. Whoops. It'll fit, but it gives me like a 2-inch margin. And I haven't decided. I'm debating on if I'm just going to order another piece of fabric that it will fit on, or if I'm going to suck it up and just do the 2-inch margin. I don't know yet. So anyway, pulled this thing out. It's a cute little piece. It's a kit from Artiste. The design is from Cooler Design Studios. And I started in the middle because it's a kit and I never trust the border of the fabric that they give you. And I'm glad I did start in the middle because look how close that is. I got a really good amount of stitching on this one. How many did I do last night? 1,600. So I still have back stitching to do on this, on these things here. But yeah, so the E is going to be like right here. So yeah, I know I'm not going to have a lot of margin there, border. But yeah, I got 1,600 stitches in on that. Keeping it in my very posh designer project bag. I know these bags are really hard to find. Very expensive too. All right, so the last piece I worked on, all my stitchy friends were like, when I was telling them about how I was going to pull some whips out for October, they're like, oh my God, please pull this one out. I want to see it. I want to see it come further along. So, nope, not that one. I got to find it on the Pattern Keeper. This is sampler 124 from 2x2 Stitch Art. One second. Pick the right thing. There we go. So this is sampler 124 from 2x2 Stitch Art. I'm trying to get it so you can see that's what it's going to look like when it's done. So this is technically a monochrome piece. I'm stitching this on an 18 count opalescent Aida. I got 1,700 stitches in on this thing. And I didn't want to do another monochrome because it's on sparkly fabric. I wanted to do it in something colorful. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll do a color on the inside, like inside the boxes. And I didn't want to do black. So I was talking to a couple of my groups, and I was like, well, maybe I'll do the box outlines in $37.99, which is like a dark gray. And then I had pulled out 3 colors. I pulled out 3750, which is a dark blue, a 3835, which is a purple, and 3805, which is a pink. And so I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to do. And then they were like, well, why don't you change the colors in the boxes? Like do one color, one the other color. And I was like, oh my God. I had this epiphany. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, hear me out. What if I did, because it's in Pattern Keeper, I said, what if I did the box in the $37.99 and then I put 20 row diagonals all the way down, because, you know, I showed in my parking tutorial, no, I didn't show that part, but you can do diagonals of 10 wide or 20 wide, right? So I said, what if I do 20 wide diagonals and I do one diagonal in pink, and then I do a blend of pink and purple, and then I do purple, and then a blend of purple and blue, and then a blue, and then a blend of blue and pink, and then a pink, and then just repeat it all the way down. And they were some of them were like, oh yeah, that sounds cute, and then some were like, I don't know about that. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway. Y'all, oh, I freaking love this. It looks like I'm stitching with a variegated thread. I freaking love this piece. So this is definitely going to be something I'm going to work on this month. So yeah, I am super, super stoked about this. So this diagonal is in pink. This is a blend of pink and purple. This is all purple. This one here, and it's going to go all the way down. Like it's not going to be per block. It's going to go all the way. I just wanted to see how, because I knew I was going to get just about all the colors if I went all the way down here. So I finished this block, and then I'm just going to probably work in complete probably mostly diagonals or whatever going down this way. But anyway, so this is blue and purple, and then this is just the blue, and then this is the blue and the pink, and then going back to pink. And then the boxes are $37.99, which is a dark gray. I freaking love this piece, and I am so excited to see this one come further along. So excited. This looks bomb-ass.com. Like, I mean, I swear, I am like super proud of myself for this. I think this is probably one of my most favorite pieces. Yeah, one of my most favorite pieces. It is so good. So I got 1,700 stitches on it. So yeah, I'm excited to see it come further along. All right. So there's that. All right, so moving on. I wanted to tell you, so I mentioned that that cute embroidery shop, she gave me a pattern when I told her that this little gnome, she said, just in time for Halloween. This little guy right here is really cute. She said he's originally part of an entire set, like a 4-piece set or something like that, like 4 gnomes or 3 gnomes or something. And so she gave me this pattern, and I have it on as a PDF. She was hoping that I could just provide a link to get it, but I can't quite do that. But she said I can share it with anybody who wants it. So if you want this pattern, I will give you my email address. I'm going to link my email address down below. I will also put my Instagram name down below. No, I'm just going to do my Instagram name because I get a lot of junk mail. And so I don't always check my email every day. So I'm going to put my Instagram link down below. It is the Caffeinated Crafter 80. I have to look. But I'll link my Instagram down below. If you don't have Instagram, then just leave me a comment on here. Do Instagram first. If you don't have Instagram, I'll go ahead and put my email on there because I know not everybody does Instagram. I don't post a lot, but I do check my messages when I get them on Instagram. So I'll link my Instagram. I'll go ahead and put my email address. If you don't hear from me within a couple weeks, comment on one of my videos and tell me, hey, check your email, dumbass, so that I know to go look for your email. But I will forward you, like I'll send you the PDF through email if you want this. And I'm going to link her shop down below because a lot of my cute little gnomes are from her shop. So I'll link her shop in general down below so you can go check out what she's got to offer. Because she does have, oh, my hair is like going crazy now because I was scratching my head. So anyway, if you want that pattern, message me on Instagram first. If you know me personally, like on Facebook, let me know on message me on Facebook. And if you don't have either one of those to message me, then go ahead and email me. Just keep in mind that if I don't respond within a day or two, then please just comment on here and let me know, hey, stupid, check your email. Okay? All right, so time for the flake. Time for the fake plants. So I had talked about this in my parking tutorial. And what I'm going to try to do, I feel like I have hair on my face somewhere. What I'm going to try to do is pick a focus piece. Not where I like work on it every other day, but a piece that one of my big pieces that I work on 3 days a week for the month of October. And then I'm going to have like maybe, I was going to say 10, maybe I'll do like 50, because I have 85 whips. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to do 15, but that's almost all the things I'm working on anyway. I think I'm going to pick like 15 other pieces, so it'll be 16 total. And I'm going to have goals for them. So my focus piece I'm going to work on 3 days a week, and my goal for that is going to be about 6,000 stitches. And then I'm going to have 15 other pieces that I'm going to have goals for. And I think I'm going to try to keep it simple. And if it's one of my really big pieces, Gracie's scratching at the window. Heifer. If it's one of my really big pieces, I'm going to say that my goal for that's going to be 5,000 stitches. And then for my every other piece I have, I'm going to say 2,000 stitches. And just make it nice and easy. Even if it's like one of these, like one of my block pieces, I'm just going to say 2,000 stitches and just be done with it. Now, if I'm really close to finishing something like on it, like say I just have say this was one of my pieces that had that goal, and all I had to do was like maybe just a few stitches in the wheel or something, I'll go ahead and do those. Like I can go over the goal, but I want to at least hit the goal. And then once I hit that goal, this will go away, and I'll pull another piece out random. I don't have to do big piece for big piece and little piece for little. I can hit my goal on a little piece and pull another big piece out. I'll try to keep it balanced though, so I'm not so I don't end up with all like of one type. But once I hit the goal for that piece, I'll set it aside and I'll pull another piece out to replace it. And then that way I can get progress on my stuff and still not dedicate myself to a rotation. Like the 15 pieces I have, I'm not going to be like, okay, I'm going to work on this piece this day and this piece this day and this piece this day. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to have them to pick from. Yeah. So, I just haven't decided what I want my focus piece to be. I have a few contenders. I have Honeymoon Sunset, which you guys have seen. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know what this one is. This is this piece here. I'm about 26% done with it. I kind of want to do this one. I keep saying I want to do that one. And then another one that I've been thinking about being a focus piece is, you know what, let me just do this on Pattern Keeper. Because that one you can kind of see what it's going to look like. But I want to do this one. Like, you don't know. So another one that I've been thinking about doing as my focus piece was this one, which is Lighthouse Merriment from Charting Creations. Another one that is in the running is going to be Catching Rays from Catching Rays from Cross Stitch Studio. This is my Million Stitch project. I think I keep wanting to work on Honeymoon Sunset because that's the one that I'm furthest along with. So I've seen a lot of progress with it, and I really want to like try to, you know, get more progress on it. Another one is Fairy Tale Cottage. What I might do is just do, I think I'm going to do Honeymoon. You know what? I decided. I'm going to do Honeymoon Sunset as my focus piece. So I'm going to work on that 3 days a week for the rest of the month. Can be any order. So I can do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I'm feeling froggy, I could do Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. But 3 days a week for the rest of the month. And then I'm going to probably do, I said 15. Yeah, 15 pieces. Do like 7 smallish pieces at least. I'm going to try to keep it balanced where I have like almost, maybe I'll do 16. I don't know. I'll do like half of my small to medium pieces and then half of my really big ones. I'm going to do 5,000 on the big ones, 2,000. So the nice thing, so my goal for my focus piece is going to be 6,000 stitches by the end of the month. My other pieces, there's no deadline for them. So I could have the same whip of like, say my big ones, you know, say this one, my goal is to get 5,000 stitches before I put it away, right? I don't have to have the 5,000 done by the end of the month. I can have it, you know, it can stay in my little whip pile for the next 3 months before I get to the 5,000. It doesn't matter. It's just that's gonna be one of the pieces I'm kind of trying to dedicate myself to get 5,000 stitches on it before I put it down. So yeah. I'm going to try this out this month and see how that goes. So 5,000 on the big pieces, 2,000 on the little pieces. And then my focus piece will be 3 days a week with a goal of 6,000 stitches, which I think that's going to be super easy to get to because that's only about 500 stitches each stitching day. Because I know I won't be working on it the entire, like on a weekend where I usually get more stitches in. I mean, I'm going to work on it today probably because I really want to work on it, but at least I'm not overextending myself by saying I need to do 1,000 stitches on it when sometimes I can't start stitching until almost 9 o'clock at night, and then I got to go to bed by midnight. That's a lot of stitches to get done in 4 hours. So yeah. Oh, some other pieces I want to pull out for the smaller things. I want to work on my summertime piece from Stitchrovia, and I want to work on my stockings from Heaven and Earth Designs for my kids. I want to work on Creative Minds from Stitchrovia. I pulled out this Dimensions kit, Rocky Point, that I keep wanting to work on. I have a very pathetic start right here. I keep wanting to work on this. I want to work on all of my samplers, like my seasonal samplers from Stony Creek, like the villages, and my ones from Cooler Design Studio. Oh my God, I have so many things. So this is why I'm going to do it this way. Once I hit my goal, I'm going to put it up and then I'll pull something else out. So I'm going to try this out in the month of October. and see how I do with it. The month of November is going to be New Start November. That was the original event that I was going to be doing, of a start a day for a month. Right now, I'm not looking forward to it. I know by the end of the month, I will be looking forward to it. I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to do any new starts in the month of October because of New Start November. Yeah. So New Start November is coming up, but I'm kind of looking forward to it because I will get to start the some of the pieces from Expo that I had ordered. I got fabric for some of them. I'm going to try to have it planned out a little better, not necessarily like I will have it dedicated, because some of the starts I wanted to do, I'm like, where's the fabric? Where's this? Where's that? I'm going to have a dedicated like bin or something that all my new starts are going to go in to make sure I've got the correct fabric. The correct fabric and the stuff I need for it. So, so New Start November, I'm gonna have 30 more new starts. Now Mr. Whiskers is scratching at the door. They're both on the porch. And so if I like the way that I did this in October, I'll probably start that up again in December. And once I start that up again, I'll figure out at that point how I'm going to work in doing new starts. Yeah. I had said before that for every 5 finishes I get, or 5 goals I complete, I can start a new project. I might change that to maybe every 10 goals I complete. I don't know yet. And then if I completely finish a piece, I can start 2 things. So, yeah, that's it. So Honeymoon Sunset's going to be my focus piece for the month of October. I have no idea what's going to be in my pile. I got to work that out before I start stitching for the day. But I have no idea what's going to be in my pile, my WIP pile, my initial WIP pile. I think the pieces I've shown you and some of the stuff I talked about, I do know definitely that this is going to be in the pile. This is going to be in the pile because I freaking love this piece right here. Yeah, so some of the stuff that I did start this month will be in that little rotation. And some of my old stuff that I've been itching to get back out will be in that rotation as well. So it'll be a surprise. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. Ooh, 58 minutes. Let's see if I can wrap this up in 2 minutes. So if you liked what you had to see and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. If you want this pattern for free, little Halloween gnome, go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram. If you do not, or Facebook. This is a really small one too. It's 57 by 56, super tiny. So if you got this in the next week or 2, then you could potentially have that done before Halloween. I won't, because I'm not starting it yet. But if you want it, shoot me a message on Instagram, or you can message me on Facebook, or you can email me. Email will be last because I don't check it too often. So you could also just comment here and tell me, hey, I'm going to email you. And then I'll know to check my email. And I'll send you the PDF for that. I will also link her shop down below. Also the shops for everything that I've worked on today. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Happy stitching. Get lots of stitches in. I'll talk to you later. Bye.